Hello student, myself Antara Bhushal, Assistant Professor of EC Department of Guru Nanak Institute of Technology. This is my lecture series on RF and Microwave Engineering and the code is EC701 and the subject is under 7th semester. Here is my this is my contact number and this is my mail ID. Please, if you have any query, then you can contact me through mail. The subject name is RF and Microwave Engineering and the code is EC701 and the total lectures for this course are 34. Now there are some course objective of this course, that is distinguish the RF microspectrum, planar transmission lines and high frequency circuit elements. Second one is determine the microwave passive components and scattering matrix representation. Third one is illustrate the microwave tubes, semiconductor microwave devices. And the fourth one is justify the microwave application and typical microwave test bench. All these are the course objective, and there are some course outcome. That means after completion of this course, the students will be able to understand the microwave frequency range and their application, develop fundamental understanding of the two-port RF network and matching techniques, learn the scattering matrix for microwave passive components, understanding the microwave tubes and devices along with their fundamental principle of operation, learn the microwave measurement techniques. Now, in module 2, there are different topics, that high frequency circuit elements, difference in high frequency relatively low frequency behavior of lamp circuit components, miniaturization and design of lamp components at high RF, realization of reactive elements as waveguide and planar circuit components. And in second part, there are waveguide passive components and their S matrix, and related to that there are different topics. Then the microwave passive components like attenuator, phase shifter, directional coupler, Bethe hole coupler, magic T, hybrid ring, circulator, isolator, and after that there are and there is another topic which is on filter, design of procedure of filter, and using insertion loss method, specification, low pass prototype design, scaling and conversion and implementation. Now today we'll discuss about microwave filter. A filter is a two-port network which is used to control the frequency response at a certain point in an RF microwave system by providing transmission at frequencies within the passband of the filter and attenuation in the stopband of the filter. And another properties is typical frequency responses, which includes low pass, high pass, band pass, and band reject characteristics. And the application can be found in virtually any type of RF or microwave communication radar or test and measurement system. And the image, there are two types of design. Now, the image parameters method of filter design. There are two types of filter design method, that is image parameter method and insertion loss method. The image parameter method of the filter design, which was developed in the late 1930s and was useful for the low frequency filter in radio and telephony. And today most microwave filter design is done with the sophisticated computer aided design, that is CAD package, based on the insertion loss method, that is another type of method. Now, what is image parameter method? That if the filters design using the image parameter method, that consists of a cascade of simple two port filter sections to provide the desired cutoff frequencies and attenuation characteristics, but that does not allow the specification of a particular frequency response over the complete operating range. And the procedure, which is relatively simple, that is the design of filters by the image parameter method, which is often must be iterated many times to achieve the desired results. And another type of method is insertion loss method that uses network synthesis techniques to design filters with a completely specified frequency response. The design is simplified by the beginning with a low-pass filter prototype that are normalized in terms of impedance and frequency, and that transformations are then applied to convert the prototype design to the desired frequency range and impedance level. For microwave applications, such designs usually must be modified to imply distributed elements which consisting of that that's distributed elements are in transmission line section. Okay. Now, both this image parameter and insertion loss method of filter design, which leads to circuits using lumped elements, capacitors and inductors. And for microwave application, that design usually must be modified to employ that distributed elements that consisting of transmission line section. Now come to the insertion loss method. In this technique, the relative power loss due to the lossless filter with reflection coefficient, that is tau omega, is specified in the power loss ratio, that is the PLR, that is defined as PLR equal to that PINC by P load, that is power loss ratio, that is PLR, incident and load, PINC and P load, that is equal to P0 by P0 into 1 minus mod of gamma omega whole square. And here there is a figure. Here the S parameter is shown, and that signal is transmitted to this port, and that is the reflected one, that and input impedance at this portion, that is Z in. If we see to the load from this section, then the input impedance is Z in, and that is the characteristics impedance Z0. Here also Z0, and that is the reflection coefficient, that is tau omega. Now, if both the load and source parts are matched to the for this network, then PLR, that is the power loss ratio, will be mod of S21 square, and we know that that is that reflection coefficient, that is tau omega, mod of tau omega square, that is an even function of omega, and therefore it can be expressed as a polynomial in omega square, and this thus we can write that tau omega whole square, that is equal to m omega square by n omega square plus n omega square. Here that m and n are real polynomials in omega square, and if we substitute this equation, then we can write that PLR equal to 1 plus m omega square by n omega square, because in this equation there was PL equal to 1 minus tau omega square, and if we replace this tau omega by this equation, then we can get that PLR equal to 1 minus m omega square by n omega square. Now there are some types of low pass filter, and here in this equation, by using this equation, based on this equation, there are four types of low pass filter: that maximally flat Butterworth binomial filter, and which is one first one. And here the power loss, that the ratio of power loss, that is PLR equal to 1 plus k square omega by omega c whole to the power 2n, and that n equal to filter order and omega c is the cutoff frequency. Now, if we consider that k equal to 1, then PLR equal to 2 and omega equal to omega c, and which is the 3 dB frequency. Now, from the figure, that is, if we see the graph of this type of filter, then that portion is flat, and this portion is pass band and stop band, and in y-axis, that is PLR, that is the power loss, and here in x-axis omega, and this is the graph version graph represents the PLR versus omega. And if for a large omega and with k equal to 1, then PLR almost equal to k square into omega by omega c whole to the power 2n, that is equal to 1 square into omega by omega c whole to the power 2n. And from this result, we learn that the insertion loss, that is IL, that is defined as 10 log PLR. And if we increases by 20 n dB per decade in the stop band for the maximally flat low pass filter. The second one is equal ripple or Chebyshev filter, and for this type of filter, the power loss ratio, that is PLR equal to 1 plus k square T n square into omega by omega c square, omega c, and here that Tnx, that is the Chebyshev polynomial, and here the figure is shown, the graph is shown for this type of filter, and that is the pass band stop band, and at that point, that is 1 by 1 plus k square, and according to this y-axis, that is the PLR, and according to x-axis, there is omega, and that portion is equal ripple or Chebyshev filter, equal ripple. Now, generally, that n is chosen to be an odd integer when the source and the load impedance are equal. That is two-sided filter. And for large omega by omega c, if it is large, then using the large argument from from large argument form of Tn, that is equal to that that PL are equal to 1 plus k square by 4 into 2 omega by omega c whole to the power 2n. And as with the Butterworth filter, if we increase by 20 n by dp per decade, but with the extra factor, that is 2 to the power 2n by 4, there is a more roll off. And if n equal to 3, then it will be log 10 to the power 2 by 3 4 by 4, that is equal to 12 dB. If n equal to 5, then log 10 2 to the power 2 by 5, that whole by 4, 2 to the power 2 by 5 now, so 2 to the power 2.5. Here also that was 2 to the power 2.3, that is equal to 24.1 dB. Another two type of filter is elliptic filter and linear phase filter. Now, in case of elliptic filter, this type of low pass filter has an equiripple response in both the pass band and the stop band. And it has a faster roll off than the previous two filters. And in second one, fourth one is linear phase filter. That is, it is important. It is important to. And another type of filter is linear phase filter. That is, if it's important that there be no signal distortion, then the phase of the filter must be linear in the pass band. Now, that is the general procedure for filter design. The general procedure for designing a filter using the insertion loss method that can be summarized in 3 steps. First one is filter specification. In filter specification, that includes the cutoff frequency, the stop band attenuation, the pass band insertion loss, and the pass band behavior, etc. And the second one is design a low pass prototype circuit. In such a prototype, here we will consider that R resistance equal to 1 ohm and omega C, that will be equal to 1 rad per second. And the filter tables which are used for this step, or perhaps a computer package. And third one is scale and conversion. Finally, the filter is scaled to the proper impedance level, and if desired, to a high pass, band pass, or band stop topology. Here are the steps, that is filter specification, after that low pass prototype design, after that scaling and conversion, and final one is implementation. That is that graph, that um, diagram that depicts the process of filter design by the insertion loss method. So that is a prototype circuit for the low pass filter. Now we will derive the L and C values for a second order low pass prototype filter. Now for that, first we will consider that input impedance, that is Z in equal to J omega L plus 1 by J omega C, and R equal to J omega L plus R by 1 plus J omega R C. Now that is the capital gamma, that is equal to Z in minus 1 by Z in plus 1, and the power ratio of power loss, that is equal to 1 minus Z in minus 1 by Z in plus 1 into Z in star minus 1 by Z in star plus 1 to the power minus 1, that is equal to Z in plus 1 mod of Z in plus 1 square by 2 Z in plus Z in star. that is equal to 1 plus 1 by 4 r into 1 minus r whole square plus r square c square plus L square minus 2LC r square into omega square, that is the whole part, that whole part into omega square plus L square C square r square omega square sorry, omega to the power 4. And for a maximally flat low pass filter, then PLR equal to 1 plus omega by omega c whole to the power 2n, and that is almost equal to 1 plus omega to the power 4, and for that L equal to C equal to root over 2 and R equal to 1. And this circuit is a prototype. In that one, the source and the load resistance equal to 1 ohm, which I have told in previous slides, that R equal to 1 ohm and omega c equal to 1 radian per second, and omega equal to 1 rad, omega c that is equal to 1 rad per second. The two topologies for low pass prototype circuits are shown in this figure. That is R equal R0, that is equal to Z0 equal to 1, and here that L2 equal to G2, and here that C1 equal to Z1 and C3 equal to Z3, and here we will consider that Rn plus 1 that is equal to Gn plus 1, and in next figure, that is G0, capital G0 equal to small g0, that is equal to 1, L1 equal to G1, L3 equal to G3, and C2 equal to G2, and Gn plus 1 that is equal to Gn plus small gn plus 1. Here that small g1, g0 values are given in this table for different n, that is 1 to 10, different G0, G1, G2, G3, G4 value, and this table shows the element values for maximally flat low pass filter prototype, where that is Z0 equal to 1, omega c equal to 1, and n equal to 1 to 10. Now both these are give good give identical responses. The emittance values, that is G, for a low pass filter, that is defined as G Gk equal to inductance for series elements, and for the series elements, that is the inductance, and capacitance for the shunt elements, where that k equal to 1 comma up to n, and the filter tables which can be used, these tables can be used to determine these parameters in prototype circuits for maximally flat, equal refill and other types of filters. So that's all for today, and up to this I have discussed about the filter design, what are the steps, that is prototype circuit for low pass filter, what are the different types of filters, and in next class we will discuss about a different topic.